Good morning, this is Florida Plant Mama coming to you from Zone 10A, Central Florida, where I grow fruit trees, I grow vegetables, I grow herbs, I grow flowers. I dabble in annuals and I also plant perennials, all out in my backyard space, which is backed by a conservation area. My garden is ever changing. If it's not to move a crop because I think something will do better in a different space in the yard, it's to revamp a space that's not working for me. Currently, this space here, where my 3 plum trees are planted, is not working for me. We've got a Gulf Beauty here, a Scarlet Beauty here, and another plum that I don't know the name of. I lost a tag for this one, but I don't like how wild this space looks. And to be honest, when it gets this wild, it makes it difficult to identify the weeds. Additionally, the Biden's alba goes crazy and takes over, and so I've got to get that under control, and then it blocks out the space for picking my blackberries. I need to be able to access these blackberries. Now I can go from this side to access the blackberries, but I want to plant a couple more blackberries just here, so I've got to redo this space, and you're coming along for the ride. I want to point out the fact that these fruit trees are not looking so good. Their leaves are yellowing, and they didn't produce very well this season. I think there were only about 2 plums on each tree, which is not good. With these yellow leaves on 2 out of the 3 trees, actually the 3rd tree is not looking as green as it could look either. But with these yellow leaves, I suspect that there may be either a nutrient deficit here or that the plants have been overwatered. We had a problem with that sprinkler head earlier on in the season where the top there was some debris or something in there, so it was puddling water in this area. So I think that these trees are suffering from that. I'm not going to take them out. I'm going to watch them to see how they do. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do a little summer pruning. It is June, and right around the summer solstice, I typically do a summer pruning to decrease the height of the trees. That's it. I'm just trying to keep my fruit trees small. Right now is not the time that I'm trying to shape the tree. I'm just taking off the tips of the plant. It will continue to grow through the summer. Its height just won't get out of control. Fruits must be of picking height, otherwise creates a challenge for me. I am taking out branches that are coming towards the path. All 3 trees have been tipped. You can see that the height is a little bit more manageable now. Like I said, these trees, well, hopefully these trees will continue to grow through the summer season, and then they will be pruned again after dormancy, just before spring awakens them, and hopefully they will look better than they look now, because right now they're looking pretty scraggly. I am going to feed these trees. We're going to give them some fertilizer and see if that helps with this situation. Next on the list is to do something about this bed. I know I'm removing this Biden's alba, so that's the first thing we'll do. We'll grab those. Get this Biden's alba out of here. That may be what's stealing the nutrients from my plum trees. There is honestly so much going on here. I think I'm just gonna dig everything up and start with a new slate like I do every time. I will pull up and replant. Lemon balm grows back pretty easily, and it's got pretty good roots on it, so I can transplant it where I want it. The space is kind of looking like how it looked the last time I did this. I tried to spare some of the holy basil in this area, but it was so hard to pick through the weeds between the holy basil that I got pull happy and end up yanking out most of the things in here, which was kind of the plan. Now I'm going to remove that stone and kind of change this little path a bit and plant my blackberries. This one's a sweetie pie. Putting down compost. The camellia is still here and it seems to be doing great. So maybe not a nutrient problem. This is holy basil. They've got roots on them, so I'm hoping that they will do okay. I'm just gonna trim the tops off and I'm gonna replant them in bundles so that I know where they are. Some lemon balm. There we have it. The space is cleaned up. I am much happier. Now it's time to fill in the spaces with some of the things that I enjoy, like the gerbera and maybe some more holy basil there. I'm gonna put in this little rosemary. Now for the cleanup. Hi everyone, it's the next morning and it's time to unveil the new space. All right, here we go. Into the garden. Are you guys ready? Dun 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 dun. Look at the path. Here you go. Ta-da! Here's the new and improved plum bed. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, true to form, we went ahead and put down a fresh layer of mulch. It wouldn't be me if I didn't finish an area that was cleaned up with some mulch. In my opinion, look at that. It just makes the place pop. I also put down some straw mulch just to keep the weeds down, keep it pretty. And it dawned on me while I was working yesterday. I think I know why these plum trees have yellow leaves. I don't think it's the nutrition because everything else in here is thriving just fine. It's all green and lush. I don't think it's the moisture because as I was working yesterday, I didn't find that it was too wet. It was actually just right. And we did fix the problem with this sprinkler head. What I believe it is a lack of sunlight. My pear trees here that line this little area, well, they're naked early in the spring. And then they develop leaves as time goes on. And as they grow their leaves and they grow much taller, they actually block out a lot of the sun from these plum trees. Duh, surprise, surprise. I have no idea why this didn't dawn on me sooner. So I cut them back. And already the sun is able to get through to the back. So yesterday at about noon, look, a hummingbird. Can you guys see her? I hope you can see her. So cool. This is why I love coming in here early in the morning. Yes, as I was saying. Now, I don't know what I was saying. I was working here till afternoon. And after I cut back all these pear trees, there are 4 of them here in this small space. The sun was able to get in there so nicely that I think that that's what I'm just going to have to do is just keep these this tall all season long. What else did I do? I weeded. What else? I pulled out all that annoying Bidendalba. Bidendalba makes a great medicinal, but when you don't want it in the place, it's a weed. Now, I've got to watch this camellia because camellias don't like all that sun. And by the time I left the yard yesterday, this was in like blasting sun. So hopefully these blackberries will shield it a bit and it's low enough to the ground that eventually when these stop looking so beat up, that will look better. Or that will be shielded from a lot of the sun. Okay, I did pick some more of the tomatoes yesterday, and this bed, the bags have been moved and we've mulched. I planted some pigeon pea in here and roselle hibiscus directly sown. And I left these bags here because they're growing this thing. I don't know what it is, guys. It's been growing for a long time and it hasn't fruited yet. And I left these cherry tomato bags in here because they're starting to come up. So I left 4 bags and then the rest is in in-ground bed. Let me show you what else I got onto yesterday. All right, so we trimmed the walkway again. The herb bed has been nicely cleaned up all the way to the back and put some straw down to keep the weeds down. I'm adding some pavers to this little walkway. I still got to go to the store and grab a couple more. And the strawberry bed is still the strawberry bed. It's doing okay. I haven't picked any strawberries from here though. Something is stealing my strawberries in this bed, so that's that. Okay, and look at this amazing flush that's about to happen. My Stokes aster. Let me see if we have one blooming here. It's not completely open, but it's getting there. So we cleaned this whole area up. It was overgrown because of the plantain on either side of the path. Update on the cucumber trellis. I absolutely love this easy cucumber trellis. Cucumbers are doing okay. Have I gotten a cucumber? 1. Why? Because we have had drought in May. Now that the rainy season has pretty much started, they're starting to grow again. I believe these are the Armenian kind, and that's why they're growing. I have a few other varieties in here. They didn't do as well as I had hoped this season, but it's also because I made a rookie mistake. I didn't pay enough attention to where this bed is placed, and I didn't do the sun mapping that I typically do. So when this bed has nothing in it, sun gets to the space just fine. However, I planted callaloo in this bed, and as you can see, the callaloo has all been cut back. Callaloo gets really tall, and so what happens is when it gets really tall, in the morning, it blocks the sun out almost completely. Now, the sun eventually kind of comes around, and then the shadow is cast at the front of the garden from this bed. But initially, it's back here. So what have I learned from all this? You really got to do adequate sun mapping before you place your beds, before you think of what you're planting and how tall it'll get, because you'll have the same problem. So that was my rookie mistake. Am I going to move this bed? No, I think I'm going to give it another try for the fall season. This time, removing all of the callaloo. Instead, I am going to plant onions again, carrots in here, and beets in here. The callaloo, like I said, gets really tall, so I'm going to put it in the perimeter of the garden somewhere. It really doesn't need to be in a bed. It gets really, really thick stalks and pretty deep roots. So I think it can go somewhere in ground. Where in ground? I have no idea. I'm running out of space. People help me. Anyway, what else did I want to show you before I close this video? Let's see. Pulled out the carrots from here. And I am about, look at, before I'm about to do that, let me show you. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, the echinacea is blooming. And I got my favorite plant there, Gomphrena. Some zinnias are coming up. The Tabasco plants are doing okay. The roses are blooming. Oh, and look at the Stokes Aster over there. Oh, it's just all looking lovely. Looking lovely. Where was I? I was going to show you what else I need to do. I still have not done what I wanted to do with this bed because I'm waiting until the fall season. I've decided. Okay, and this bed here. The raised wooden bed the raised wooden beds that my husband made me are getting pretty lush. Look at that. The herbs are growing. The pigeon pea is growing. The roselle is growing. The borage decided to fall over. Holy basil is in here. Okay, so I was going to pull this stuff out, but I decided not to because it's thriving. This is the next thing I need to tackle. I need to get these carrots out. It is time. Before they get a woody taste to them, they need to come out. And then I'm still going to need to stake this roselle because it's hanging over. I don't know why, but this roselle here has already begun to form calyces. It's quite early for this. I'm going to pick them off. I want to encourage it to make me some more so it doesn't think it's done. All right. Yes, people, cabbage. Cabbage. Why is the cabbage still growing in June? I have no idea. But it's pretty, so it stays. We've got to trim this back or put it back in. I don't want this getting crazy, so I'm going to work on that as well. But that's for another video. As of this video, I'm going to close it here. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Thanks for watching.